Top things to see and do in Vanuatu. Go scuba diving. There is amazing diving here in Vanuatu with underwater tunnels, caves, grottos as well as a great diversity. Try to check out the SS President Coolidge, the troop ship which sank during World War II, as it is the largest wreck dive in the world. A 4-dive package will cost between 20,000 to 30,000 VUV, including rentals. Watch some nag haul. You might have thought that the bungee jumping is a relatively new pursuit. However, it's thousands of years old. On Vanuatu's Pentecost Island you can watch the performance of early bungee jumping techniques in traditional nag haul, land diving, ceremonies. Vines are used to tie the legs together as jumpers leap from trees. Go on a village tour. The tours of the tribal villages are pretty informative and shed light on the people who live here, from farm life, economy, architecture, and more controversially, cannibalism. On some tours, you will be greeted by the chief of the tribe. I think it's important to learn about the places you visit, so try to consider one of these cultural tours. Prices vary, but expect to spend around 8,000 VUV for a day tour. Visit Port Vila. In the capital of Vanuatu, you will notice the shared colonial influence of France and Britain. The food seems to be French influenced while the language is a pidgin English called Bislama. Along the main street, you will find duty-free shops and shops selling crafts. It is very small for a capital city and is not very crowded or too touristy. Hike to the Meal Cascades. These waterfalls are some of the most famous in the whole country. They are easy to get to and the surrounding area is filled with jungles to take a hike in. Many people come here to picnic as well as cool off in the water. Visit Chief Roimata's domain. This World Heritage Site is half an hour drive north from Port Vila. The area of Northwest Efate in the islands of Lelepa and Arctic represent the chief's immediate area of influence. You can go on the Roimata Cultural Tour, which is a good way to support the local people. On the tour, you'll visit the National Museum and Cultural Center, and then it is off to the northwest of Efate to check out the domain. Fly to Mystery Island. Just off the coast of the island of Dana lies Mystery Island. This island is largely uninhabited, save for travelers who take the twice-weekly plane here to walk on its golden beaches, hike the jungles, and go snorkeling. It's a nice and secluded place to visit. Go ziplining. The Vanuatu Jungle Zipline will give you an adrenaline rush as you reach speeds of over 100 miles/hour on one of their 6 lines. Cross suspension bridges over an 80-meter canyon, and give yourself a thrill. Prices start at 9,500 VUV for adults and 4,000 VUV for kids. Snorkel at Hideaway Island Marine Reserve, located near Port Vila. This marine reserve is a great area for snorkeling and diving, or just relaxing on the beach. There's even an underwater post office in the area which lets you mail waterproof postcards. Go boating. Rent a kayak, sailboat, or go on an organized boating tour around the islands. Kayaking tours will take you to a small coral island, which is a beautiful sight to see. An island nation needs to be explored by water. A 2-hour kayak rental will cost around 2,500 VUV. Single and double kayaks are available. Get in some water sports. Whether it's kite surfing, paddleboarding, or parasailing, you'll find something on the beach that will tickle your fancy. Prices will vary depending on the activity. Parasailing, for example, is around 9,000 VUV per person. Soak in the hot springs. In the northeast of Efate, you can find some thermal hot springs. A local family runs the springs, but they are open to the public. Beware of the strong sulfur smell.